The green-clothed lady. The story goes, scholar Yu Jing was born in Jing, and his style name was Shaosong. He hailed from Yidu and studied at the Liquan Monastery. One night, while Yu Jing was engrossed in his studies, he suddenly heard a woman's voice from outside the window praising. Scholar Yu is so diligent in his studies. Yu Jing wondered to himself, who could this woman be in these remote mountains? Before he could ask in puzzlement, the woman had already pushed the door open and said, "You are truly diligent." Startled, Yu Jing stood up and saw a woman dressed in a green gown, exquisitely beautiful. Yu Jing knew she wasn't human, and he repeatedly asked where she lived. The woman replied, "I am not someone who would harm you. Why bother probing into my background?" Yu Jing felt a fondness for her and ended up sleeping with her. The woman undressed, revealing a waist that could be spanned with one hand. As dawn approached, the woman departed gracefully. From then on, there wasn't a single night she didn't visit. One evening, the two shared a drink. The woman displayed a deep understanding of music theory and rhythm. Yu Jing remarked, "Your voice is delicate and tender. If you were to sing a song, it would surely enchant people." The woman smiled and said, "I dare not sing, for fear of enchanting your soul away." Yu Jing insisted, so the woman said, "I am not stingy, but I fear being overheard. You must promise to listen quietly. I will sing softly, and as long as you grasp the sentiment, it will suffice." She then lightly tapped out the rhythm with her toe and sang, "The crows in the trees complain of their nocturnal separation. Not blaming the wetness of the embroidered shoes, only fearing that my lover has no company." Her voice was as delicate as a fly's, barely audible. Yet upon careful listening, it felt as if it flowed and swayed, captivating the ears and stirring the heart. After finishing the song, the woman opened the door to check outside and said, "Be cautious of anyone near the window." She walked around the house outside before re-entering. Yu Jing asked, "Why are you so apprehensive?" The woman replied with a smile, "There's a saying, ghosts who have stolen life are always afraid of people. It's referring to someone like me." After a while, they fell asleep, and the woman suddenly grew restless, saying, "Is our fate destined to end like this?" Yu Jing hurriedly asked for the reason, and the woman said, "My heart is uneasy, as if calamity is impending." Yu Jing reassured her, "Hearts flutter and eyes twitch. These are common occurrences. Why speak of such things?" The woman's spirits lifted slightly, and the two became affectionate again. As dawn approached, the woman donned her clothes and prepared to leave the bed. Just as she was about to open the door, she hesitated, turned back, and said, "For some reason, I am filled with fear. Please accompany me to the door." Yu Jing got up, walked her to the door, and she said, "Stay here and watch me. I will jump over the wall, and then you can return." Yu Jing agreed, and as he watched, the woman turned the corner of the house and suddenly disappeared. Just as he was about to go back to sleep, he heard urgent cries for help from the woman. Yu Jing rushed over, looking around but finding no one. The voice seemed to come from the eaves of the house. He looked up carefully and saw a spider the size of a bullet, toying with something and emitting a feeble, sorrowful cry. Yu Jing broke the spider's web, removed the strands entangled around the object, revealing a green bee that was barely breathing. He carried the green bee back into the room and placed it on the desk. After a while, the bee slowly regained consciousness, began to crawl, and climbed onto the inkstone. Using its body, it dipped into the ink, then crawled onto the table and traced out a thank you character. It then unfurled its wings several times before flying out of the window. From then on, the woman never returned.
Alright, this story has come to an end. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.